Welcome to the epic battle, not gonna lie. This is, well, I forgot what it was called. The Hunger Games, yeah, Hunger Games. Anyways, here's our districts. We got 8 special guests right at the bottom. So let's see what happens. Digi runs away. Sparky, Lily, Toxic, and Fake Guy runs away. Sippy and Robotion fight for a bag. Robotion gives up. The Watcher breaks Ice's nose for the basket of bread. Jesus Christ. Oreo for blood. Frost finds a bag of explosives. Uh-oh. Gog runs away. Eva runs away. Blue grabs a shovel. Sharky finds Shane hiding in the cornucopia, but Shane kills him. Damn. The dealer takes a handful of throwing knives. Nugget breaks Fate's nose for a basket of bread. She doesn't have a nose. Hannah runs away. Stan also runs away. Gold runs away. Loda retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Fonda runs away from the cornucopia. Lily runs away too. Simon finds a bag of explosives. Goblin runs away. FN finds a canteen full of water. Bloom runs away. Dream, Gobby also do. Deep and Shell fight for a bag. Deep gives up and retreats. Keen finds a bow and some arrows with a quiver. Hunger finds a canteen full of water. Newbie gathers as much food as he can. Eve kills Goofy with a hatchet. Holy! Bro's made of slime. How are you gonna kill that thing? Well, how do you manage to kill that thing? Okay, like most of everyone else runs away. Rose falls into a frozen lake and how the hell? It just started. How do you manage to slip? How do you manage to fold that instantly? Storm finds a canteen full of water. Dark on Evie runs into the Copacabana and hides. Speed runs away. Okay. Day 1. Nugget runs away from Loda. Frost questions her sanity. Bro, it's day 1. What do you mean you're questioning your sanity? Keen finds smoke rising in a distance, but doesn't decide to investigate. Fig Eye steals from Stein while he isn't looking. The Watcher makes a slingshot. Stan stalks Target Island Evie. Lily discovers a river. Maybe you'll find a dead freaking Leafy on there. Goblin makes a string shot. Bloom dies trying to escape the arena. Holy. Blue sets an explosive off, killing Storm. God. Hungered unknowingly eats toxic berries. Well, he's dead. Rage stick to eating meat. Gaslion travels to higher ground. Yeah, you can just fly up. Gobby camouflages himself in the bushes. He's a soldier anyways. Dream diverts Gog's attention and runs away. Toxic sprains his ankle running away from Black. Oh god. Yeah, you should run away. Mimic hunts for drobes. Triumph. What the hell? Funbar is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Bro, you're made of steel. Shadow, Klayvon, and Eva start fighting, but Klayvon runs away and Shadow kills that. Bro, that's a 9-year-old. Oh, he is 15 too. But anyways, that's kind of messed up though. Killed child. No. Mary receives clean water from unknown sponsor. I wonder. Anna receives fresh food from unknown sponsor. Deep runs away from Lily. Sippy constructs a shack. Fade practices our archery. Evan spreads his ankle while running away from a digital freaking face. Eve stalks Speed. Bro, the children are coming to attack. Tom receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Bro, the children are getting unknown sponsors. They want them to live. Newbie hunts for other troops. Robotion thinks about home. The dealer picks flowers. What the bro has a nice side. Sparky begs for Doc to kill him. He got the just killing Sparky. The god that kills everyone else just begs for death and gets it. Thunder begs for Ice to kill him. She refuses, keeping Thunder alive. Ain't you already dead though? Well, 8 people are dead. Well, everyone's a fraud. Okay, night 1. Stormy, Gobby, and Blacko, I almost said dog. Blacko God discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Thunder attempts to start a fire, unsuccessful. You're dead, man. You're a ghost, bro. Jolteon tends to his wounds. Speed climbs a tree to rest. Okay. Nugget, Stan, Doc, Fake Guy, and Blue sleep in shifts. Eve and Newbie talk about the troops still alive. Yeah, okay. Doc and Evie begs for Shav to kill him. He refuses. Funbot destroys Evan supplies as he's sleeping. Jesus. This robot's cray. Mimic, Chain, Tom, and Sippy sleeping shifts. Golden, Toxic, and Lily carefully sing songs together. Frost lets Fade into her shelter. Anna receives fresh food from her own sponsor. What? The thing is, there's 2 Lilies, which is kind of gets confusing of who the hell is who. Anyways, the dealer looks into the sky while Digi questions his sanity. Dream receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. What? Loader receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. What? King Gog and Glaceon and Ice tell each other ghost stories. Watcher fends Mary, Lily, and Deep away from its fire. Klayvon falls into a pit and dies. Man, the ice rain really got to him. Lily receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. But the question is, which Lily is it? Is it my Lily, or is it Fluffy? Fluffy's OC that I made for her. Mimic thinks about home. What home? Dream picks flowers, okay. Dog begs for Eve to kill him. She refuses. Gog discovers a river. He is a fish. Ice tries to spear a fish with a trident. Hopefully that wasn't Gog. Deep explores the area. Blue hunts for other troops. FN tries to spear a fish with a trident. Keen begs for Anna to kill her. She obliged killing Keen. Jolteon explores the area. Stan and Loda hunt for other troops. I'm just gonna call it troops, yeah. Frost, Gobby, and Shane hunt for other troops. Blacko God collects fruit from a tree. Okay. Fake Guy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Nugget runs away from the child. Gas Leon injures himself. Okay, you're a legit ghost, bud. Mary and Shadow split up searching for resources. Lily is prickled by thorns while picking berries. Oh no! The Watcher camouflages himself in the bushes. Sippy hunts for other troops. Funbot stalks the dealer. This robot's out for blood. Dark Island Eevee goes hunting. Goblin receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. What? Newbie dies from an infection. He's just dead. No longer exists. Digi searches for a water source. Thunder sees smoke rising in the distance but doesn't investigate. Toxic picks flowers. Speed makes a slingshot. Simon explores the area. Fate receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Okay. Freepo dead. Okay, that's cool. Night 2, let's go. The dealer sings himself to sleep. He don't have a mouth. He don't even talk anyways. Well, at least Nugget sings himself to sleep. So there you go. The Watcher sees a fire, but stays hidden. Ooh. He's watching the fire. Simon screams for help. Dark Island Eevee, Deep, and Blue discuss about the games and what might happen in the morning. Goblin Ice sleeping shifts. Lily cooks her food before putting her fire out. Fit Guy looks up into the next guy. Frost, Stan, Shane, and Dream sleep in shifts. Gobby thinks about winning. He is the soldier. And Loda kills his own creation while he's asleep. Finally, bro had to put his child down. Lily tries to treat her infection. That child, I don't think she has a medical license. It's a child. Anyways, Sippy and Digi talk about troops still alive. Shadow thinks about home. He thinks about his dead family, actually. Grog bashes Fade's head into a rock stone. Okay. Eve, Speed, and Tom cheerfully sing songs together. Okay. Speed's making friends with the two kids. Mimic quietly hums, hopefully using a deaf tune. Anna receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. That's a child, he won't know what the hell to do with them. Evan receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Wonder who that was. Toxic climbs a tree to rest. Gasleon, Robotion, Blanco Gold, Thunder, and Mary sleep in shifts. Doc climbs a tree to rest. Day 3. Blanco God camouflages himself into the bushes. Yes, they won't see a big glowing eye. Mimic and Anna split up the sexual resources. Lily practices her archery. Frost collects fruit from a tree. Tippy thinks about home. What home is the question? Toxic searches for firewood. Digi overhears the Watcher and Loda talking in the distance. Oh no, they're teaming up. Mary tries to spear a fish with a trident. I mean, you're a fish too, you can just go into the water, but okay. Ice goes hunting. Blue travels to higher ground. Lily and Gog fight Gasleon and Stan. Gasleon and Stan survive. Oh no. And you know what that means. Ethan makes a slingshot. Simon explores the area. Hopefully they won't crash into each other and kill each other. The dealer practices archery. Nugget overhears Tom and Dark Island Evie talking in the distance. Shane fishes. Okay. Shadow defeats Gobby in a fight but spares his life. He's merciful. Thunder sprains his ankle while running away from Fake Guy. What angles? Speed discovers river. Dream receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Eve receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Robotion, Goblin, and Doc hunt for other tribes. Deep explores the area. That's it. Well, 4 dead. Rest in peace. Doc destroys Fit Guy's supplies while he's asleep. Night 3 is going to be crazy. Deep feeds Speed, Dream, and Lily away from his fire. Don't go near that Vaporeon. He's gonna kill you. Anna is awoken by nightmares. Oh no, the child is having nightmares again. Simon cooks his food before putting out his fire. The dealer questions his sanity. Loda tries to sing himself to sleep. Mary and Black God run into each other and decide for a truce for a night. Jesus Christ, how did you not get sucked in, bro? You would have been in like the deep void. You bumped into bro. How you not into the black void? Anyways, even the Watcher talk about troops still alive. That child is talking to a guy who watches everyone's moves. Gasleon think about winning. Shane and Digi hold hands. Robotion passes out from exhaustion, okay. Frost, Nugget, Stan, and Thunder tell each other ghost stories. Bruh, not like there's a ghost there already. Sippy attempts to start a fire, but it's unsuccessful. Okay. Duckling Evie quietly hums. Goblin and FN talk about troops still alive. Toxic Blue, Shadow, and Ice tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Gobby, Mimic, and Tom discuss about the games and what we might have in the morning. Speaking about morning, day 4. Deep decapitates Goblin with a sword. Man, this day's already going to hell. Anna travels high ground. Robotion, Simon, and Shadow hunt for other tribes. Thunder searches for firewood. Ooh. FN and Fake Guy work together to drown Eve. Sippy discovers a river. Well, there's already dead Eve in it, so Ice thinks about home. Dark Island Eevee, the dealer, Frost, and Stan hunt for other troops. Kobe constructs a shack. Shane questions his sanity. Mary receives a hatchet from another sponsor. Watch out. Mimic, Doc, and Dream hunt for other tribes. Tom, Nugget, and Gassion also do that. Well, in the separate pack. Oh yeah, and Digi, the Watcher, and Speed also do that too. Man, 3 people are hunting. Well, technically 5. So what? Loader runs away from Black. Oh god, you should. Toxic and Blue split for direct search for resources. Lily, she fishes. Good little Lily. I forgot which Lily was alive. Because it's only text, there's no images. Okay. Nugget defeats Frost in a fight, but spares her life. Lud attends to Robotion's wounds. Sippy and the dealer hold hands. What the hell does this guy have? Oh, I know. The only reason why they're holding hands is because the dealer had Sippy made a deal with them. Run. Gassion and Dark Island Eevee huddle for warmth. Mimic questions his sanity. Black God receives an explosive from another sponsor. Not like he can eat the world in one bite. Shadow and Lily tell stories about themselves and each other. Anna thinks about winning. Child wants to win. Deep thinks about home. Shane and Thunder threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Okay. Evan is woken by nightmares. Fit Guy is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. And Ice dies from thirst too. Shocker. Stan is woken by nightmares. He doesn't have a brain, what the hell? Speed starts a fire. Woo! Dream receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Digi cooks his food before putting out his fire. Toxic looks into the night sky. He thinks about hats. The Watcher, Gobby, Simon, and Blue sleep in shifts. Doc loses sight of where he is. Tom thinks about home. Mary sings herself to sleep. Black God, Stan, and Gobby hunt for the tribes. And, load of fishes. Yeah. Anyways, the Eevee killed, the Vaporeon. Evan receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. The dealer tends to Simon's wounds. The Watcher constructs a shack. Robotion injures himself. Gassion accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Damn. Lily goes hunting. Mary questions her sanity. Nugget explores the area. Mimic does too. Shadow is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Sippy collects fruit from a tree. Dream picks flowers. Anna accidentally steps on a landmine. Damn. Dead. Anyways, Speed picks flowers because he likes them. Newsflash. Doc kills Fake Guy with a weapon. Dark Island Eevee constructs a shack. Blue collects fruit from a tree. Toxic and Digi work together for the day. Frost questions her sanity. And now we have 5 deaths. Night 5. Gobby cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. FN passes out from exhaustion. Meanwhile, Mary and Stan huddle for warmth. Aww. Simon sets up camp for the night. Dream climbs to a tree to rest. Robotion, Frost, and Lily discuss the games what might happen in the morning. Doc passes out from exhaustion, which is okay. He's not dead, but he passes out. Speed destroys Blue's supplies while he's sleeping. Mick, Loader, and Digi sleep in shifts. Nugget dies from hypothermia. Hypothermia got his ass. Damn it. Like God, the dealer, Tom and Dark and Eevee tell each other ghost stories. The Watcher, Shadow, and Toxic discuss the games one might have in the morning. Sippy attempts to start a fire, but he's unsuccessful, so he'll be sleeping cold. Day 6. Lily steals on Black Hole God while he wasn't looking. Lily travels to higher ground. Effin, Mary, Frost, and Shadow hunt for other tribes. Loda camouflages herself in the bushes. Your antenna is gonna get you caught, bro. The dealer catches Speed off guard and kills him. Damn. He's gonna be impaled. Jolteon discovers a cave. Digi, Dark, and Dream hunt for other tribes. Toxic scares Dark and Eevee off. Tom and Simon work together for the day. The Watcher diverts Blue's attention and runs away. Okay. Sippy bleeds out from untreated injuries. Man, I'm dead. Mimic travels to higher ground. Scale the wall. Anyways, 4 people have died today. Anyways, night 6. Simon and Robotion fight Dark and Digi. Dark and Digi survive. Stan presses insanity. Black Hole God cries himself to sleep. Damn, that big guy's sad. Dealer tries to sing himself to sleep. Mary, Frost, and Shadow track down FN and kill him. Dark and Eevee and the Watcher sleep in shifts. Blue, Lily, Dream, Mimic, and Toxic sleep in shifts as well. Loda receives clean water from an unknown source. And then Tom loses sight of where he is. So that child is going to be lost for the entire night. Anyways, you want to know a fun fact? For day 7, Digi kills Black God with a hatchet. He gets alarmed. There's also another fun fact I'd like to say. Dark Island Eevee slices the dealer with a sword. Revenge for speed. And also, Loda cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Blue searches for a water source. Frost kills the Watcher with a sickle. Mary steals from Toxic while he isn't looking. Lily sprains her ankle while running away from the Mimic. Lily and Shadow hunt for other tribes. Dark camouflages himself in the bushes. Tom receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Dream travels to higher ground. Okay. Well, we have 5 deaths today. They were brave soldiers. Anyways, night 7. Mary, Tom, and Toxic cheerfully sing songs together. Stan receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Blue dies from thirst. Weird. Frost defeats Dark and Eevee, but spares his life. Lily, Dark talk about the tribe still alive. Mimic goes to sleep. Shadow and Digi hold hands. How the hell? Dream kinda accidentally killed himself by exploding. So, yeah, it's the feast. Lily severely injures Toxic, leaves him to die. Frost deals Stan's. I don't know what that word is. Anyways, Tom decides not to go to the feast. Digi decides not to go to the feast as well. Anyways, Shadow sobs, gripping a photo of his friends and family. They're all dead. Besides Dark and Mary. Yeah, Dark and Mary also took a fight with Dark and Eevee and Mimic, which Dark and Mary also survive. And Shadow kills his own friend. Well, bye, Mary. Anyways, Digi and Frost hunt down to kill Dark. Man, I was just talking about them earlier. They were in the dead. Tom scares Stan off. He doesn't like the little fox. Lily sees smoke rising in the distance, but doesn't investigate. Okay. The arena event. A fire spreads throughout the arena. Stan survives. A fireball strikes Tom, killing him. Lily falls to the ground. Digi falls to the ground, but kicks Frost hard enough to push her into the fire. With white legs. Where is he getting these limbs from? Shadow survives. The fire catches up to Lily, killing her. Whoop. There goes woman. Okay. We got so much deaths in there, oh god. Well, final 3. Shadow is woken up by darkness. Meanwhile, Digi and Stan run into each other and make a truce for the night. So Shadow might be unlucky tomorrow. Which Stan receives fresh food and Digi runs away from Shadow the next day. Night 9. Digi receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Stan tries to treat infection. Shadow climbs a tree, but falls to a death. Well, final 2. And immediately, day 10, Digi dies from first. And we got a winner! It's that freaking rock!